Do you want to level up success in your own life? Stay with me for the next few minutes to learn 5 groundbreaking wisdoms from a man often referred to as the greatest of all and the most significant sports figure of the 20th century, the undisputed champion of the time in heavyweight boxing, Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Thanks, pal. Ready for 5 rounds?
Sure, champ. So let's get started. Number 1.
If my mind can conceive it, and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it.
In my case, I try to achieve it if my wife tells me to believe it. Do I have other options?
Wow, sounds like my trainer.
But seriously, this phrase sums it up very nicely. There is no one else you need to believe in but yourself. Obviously, there will always be obstacles on your way to success. But when you have faith and confidence in who you are and what you do, you are already halfway. It's not that these 2 things alone will do anything, but faith and confidence are like a glue holding all the other elements of success together.
Well said, nothing to add.
Number 2.
Nice combo.
Sure, thanks.
I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion.
This is the reverse of what people typically do, like overeating nice tasting but unhealthy food. And now the moment of pleasure turns into persistent discomfort. This is the recipe for failure. But successful people turn this around. They change short-term discomfort into long-lasting rewards.
That's the talk of a champion.
Hard work and giving up something to get something greater are typically associated with success. Mr. Muhammad Ali obviously demonstrated a lot of perseverance and resilience on his way to becoming a great champion. In a nutshell, forget the momentary discomfort and focus on the coming reward. Number 3.
Watch out, Jake Paul. Often, it isn't the mountains ahead that wear you out. It's the little pebble in your shoe.
When looking only far away, you become blind to what happens around you.
Be sure not to close your eyes in the ring.
While hiking on that path towards the mountaintop, pay attention to each step and fix the details before they force you to stop. So take that pebble out of your shoe early enough not to get a wound. To summarize, be punctual with details while having the ultimate goal under your sight on the horizon. Number 4.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
What is in fact the risk for different people is subjective, but still there is always the risk of wasting your time for nothing, losing invested money, getting badly injured in sports and so on.
Tell me about it.
For example, consider a situation when your career development is stuck and you feel like changing the job. It might feel risky stepping out of your comfort zone, meaning your existing job, but you must be willing to shuffle your deck to play with new cards to have a better game in your life. The other side of that coin is the risk that things don't work out and there is no escape from this truth. Still, to win, you must be brave enough to throw that coin into the air and see on which side it lands.
That sounds like gambling.
It was only a metaphor. Sorry if I was not clear enough. Number 5.
The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up.
This is the call for action. You have to realize that you are the player in your own game. So wake up, get yourself into the ring and fight for your dreams to come true.
That's a knockdown.
Indeed. Without this, it is impossible to succeed, and your vision will remain a sleeping dream. Tell me which quote you like the most and your thoughts down below. If you learned something new, like my video and subscribe to my channel. And remember, don't count the days, make the days count. Muhammad Ali. Are you still looking for the recipe for success? Stay with me for the next few minutes to learn 5 exceptionally clever pieces of advice from a man who led the way in revoking slavery and rebuilding the country after the years of the Civil War. The 16th President of the United States, Mr. President Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you, young man.
So let's get started. Number 1.
Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe.
My add-on to this is to go and buy a motor saw instead.
What's that?
Okay, well, that's just modern nonsense. The real men are still using the axe.
That's good to hear.
Okay, this is the work smart, not hard attitude to be efficient. So what this means is chopping that damn tree with a sharp axe saves you a lot of time, sweat and swearing.
Boy, now you got the point.
But at least the not so clever guys get big muscles. Pros and cons. Number 2.
The best way to predict your future is to create it.
Okay, the tarot lady probably promises you pride and glory in the future. But you know what? She is not the one who will do it for you. She might be right about your potential, but she is not the one who will make it come true. People want to believe in miracles and desire easy shortcuts for a sweeter life. But the truth is that in this world, no one will create a success on behalf of others. And that's the cold fact. Nothing will come to you as given, so being the architect but also the constructor of your own success is the only way to make your dream come true. So here comes the wisdom. Stop speculating and start acting.
Well said, nothing to add.
Number 3.
I am a slow walker, but I never walk back.
I can't help but throw an image of a cowboy with his horse, already feeling exhausted after a long journey, walking in the prairie towards the next saloon while the wind is whistling and the sand is whirling. The pace might be slow at times, but there is no question that the journey must continue.
That's the right attitude.
This is about determination and perseverance. Both are essential for staying focused on the initial target. However, occasionally it's worth checking whether the goal is still realistic or whether perseverance transforms into stubbornness. Number 4.
Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing.
We all know what happens with New Year's resolutions. They just don't happen.
Are you kidding? A man stands behind his words.
Well, that's ideal if the words are worth standing behind. But the reason why promises fail is that there is a lack of motivation and not enough hunger to succeed. But when do we succeed? Let's take an example of marriage. Either there must be enough willingness to stay together or a desperate need to make it work. For example, a crazy rich spouse.
You mean a rich man?
Well, nowadays, luckily we have rich women as well. Okay, jokes aside, I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Lincoln, but resolution is important, but even more important is the motivation behind it.
What a goddamned rookie.
Number 5.
I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down.
External pressure, that's also a pushing force to get you there if your own hunger and motivation are not enough. You know the stories when an ambitious daddy is pushing his little kids to do extra sports training after the school. Yes, sure, this is an exaggerated and classical example. But the thing is that sometimes we do need a little extra kick to our butts to accomplish something great. For me, this works for the house cleaning.
Are you poor boy cleaning?
Unfortunately. Tell me which quote you like the most and your thoughts down below. If you learned something new, like my video and subscribe to my channel. And remember, whatever you are, be a good one. Abraham Lincoln.